Jesus' first martyr and the effect it had on the church. For those who don't know who a martyr is, it is somebody who dies for their faith. And in Acts chapter 6 and 7, we are introduced to a man named Stephen who is said to be filled with the Holy Spirit, and he is assigned the task of distributing food to the widows. And among these things, he also proclaimed the gospel of Jesus boldly and performed signs and wonders. And one day, the Jewish council came to argue with him, to debate him, but he was filled with so much wisdom that they could not win the argument against Stephen. So what do? They said that he was blaspheming against God. They spread lies about him. Now, have we heard something about this recently? So because of the lies that these Jewish leaders claimed, Stephen was arrested and brought in front of the Jewish council. And this is where Stephen gives his long speech that just goes through the Israelites' history and how they rebelled against God constantly. And then he ends it with saying that these leaders that he is standing in front of has betrayed God and has killed the righteous one, who is the Messiah, Jesus Christ. Now, saying these things enraged the council, and then Stephen proclaims that he sees Jesus at the right hand of the Father, and this caused the crowd to drag Stephen out and to begin to stone him. But before he dies, he asks God to receive his spirit and then says, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they do," which is mirroring Jesus and what he does when he is on the cross. Now, the thing that I find interesting is that in the next chapter, chapter 8, it says that Saul approved of the death of Stephen, that Saul was there. He heard these words that Stephen said. And then it is in chapter 9 where Saul's conversion begins, where he meets Jesus on the road to Damascus, and he becomes blind and goes into Damascus, and that is where he receives back his sight and begins to now follow Jesus. So Stephen, being a martyr, was one of the dominoes that had to fall in order to convert Paul into Christianity. He went from murdering Christians into becoming one of the most influential Christians of all time, writing 13 of the 27 New Testament books. And this shows us that God can use something we view as horrible for his greater good, as Paul went to convert millions and millions and millions of people, and his books today still influence millions and millions and millions of people and converting them into Christianity. But I hope you guys enjoyed today and have a great rest of your day.